Now that the parts are all appreciated and done, I'm going to begin painting the remaining two colors. Actually it's three, but two. And that will be, first, the dark blue tones. This is the navy blue color for this. 1, 2. Let's test this out a bit. Good. Flow came out pretty good. Let me turn this on. I'm going to do light passes here first. Here we go. Pretty good. I'll leave it alone for a sec. Let's do the skirt. That's good. I don't want to do too dark because I don't want to get rid of the appreciating. Okay, that looks pretty nice. Let's do this guy right here. Okay. I'll do this chest armor on the side. Good. Let it dry first, and I'm going to give it another light pass later on. Let me do the two more parts. The back skirt. Oh yeah, that looks very, very nice. And then the front skirt. That's good. I painted the back, of course, of the skirt, so I don't have to worry about that, but that's fine right there. more to go. Let me finish it up so we can move on to the lighter blue. Give me a moment with that, okay? So, I have 3 blue bottles here. This is Titan's Blue 2, the companion to Titan's Blue 1. So if you ever want to make the Titans, a mobile suit that's from, from the Titans group, you can use both of these. But I know this is the darker blue tone. This one is normal blue, and I filled it in here. And I was going to use the normal blue one, but I'm going to use this one, which is ultra blue. Now, I'm afraid, I'm going to mix this up a bit. This bottle fell and the cap broke. Fortunately, it has not spilled anywhere, and I don't think I remember using it. I had this one. This was cobalt blue, and it's very, very little in there. And I don't want to throw away the bottle because the bottle is pretty good. It got a little messed up here. But I'm going to merge this with this. Technically, it's like a mixing process here. But I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to pour half of it in here. And the reason I'm doing half is because I want to get the right mixture in here, like what I just did with the darker blues. Well, not the darker blues. When I was mixing the black primer. Now, I'm almost done with this thinner, but luckily I purchased more thinner at Gundam Planet. I have 2 types of thinners. I have the Moto thinner. I'm going to have to do it this way. I think we're done. Yeah? Yeah. I have this thinner, which now I'm done, but I have a new bottle. And I have the Moto thinner, and as much as I'm okay with the Moto thinner, I'm using that as a reserve because it's a very, very strong thinner. It's very, very strong. It's going to dump the whole thing in there. There we go. There's a little bit in there. I'll get the other bottle in a moment. I'm just going to put this one on this. Agitate the paint. Okay. And I'm going to pour a little bit here. And let's see how it looks. Oh yeah, flows good. Okay, flows good. Let me clean it. Let me prepare this table. Okay, hold on. You're gonna be part of the fingers with machine gun hands. And by the way, I painted the inside metallic, so the effect will look good. The other spikes, going to be a long process of me painting and making sure I get the correct coverage. The last part of this will be the whip, which I'll paint later on. But right now, I may work on the blue parts and get it done. So, spend some time with that. Alright, here it is. All the parts laid out on my table. Painted. Appreciated. And all accounted. So, let's review. First of all, this came out perfect. Appreciating on this. And I could have easily put this whole thing on it, like though, you know, you can do this. It's, you know, I could put a part, the clip there, and then airbrush it from there. But there was always a risk that it would fall off, or, you know, while I'm airbrushing it with the pressure of the air hitting it. And yet, I wouldn't be able to get the effect that I wanted. I needed a little bit more separation and control. It did come out good. It's very, the pre-shading is subtle, and that's what you want. You don't want it over pre-shaded. I did end up putting this part on it to give it the overall pass with the blue. But yeah, that came out okay. That came okay. Here the feet part right here. Whoops. That came out good as well. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to see more the feet once we assemble the foot, and then you have all that side skirt armor around the back, so you're not going to see a lot, which can be disconcerting, but do it anyway, just in case. The thigh armor was the one that I was a bit questioning if I did it right or not. But yeah, you know what? When you look at it, it looks like a medieval mask. You know, didn't think about that until I looked at it. I wouldn't be surprised. Whoa! There we go. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, where somebody would have taken this and made it as a mask for another kit. But like I said before, it was easy to do with when you have the parts together. Well, that's good. This one's going to... I'm a little worried about this. I don't know how well it's going to look, especially when you have these on. Right now I'm seeing some good work here with depreciating on this. I just don't know. I'm a little bit worried with the spikes and all, especially these. But you know, the spike one was the one that I was a bit worried about, because the pre-shading was a little thick, and if it was a little bit more thinner, I would have been okay with that. Now, those are the lighter blues. Oh, and of course you get the hands, which was also a bit of a chore to do the pre-shading. I did do the inside metallic, using the same color that I use on the inner frame of the Gouf. I sprayed the inside, and I was going to cover it up with some swabs, but just came out pretty good with the black tips as well. Not, I don't want to think with blue tips would be okay. Yeah, that one, it's weird, this hand, really, just to see this. I mean, there's no way you can have a right hand, only a left hand. Arms are done well. Now, that was the lighter blue tones. This is the darker blue tones. And this one, you can see it came out really nice. And I was more worried of the color shift of the you know, because I know that it's a darker blue in the inside of the body while the outside was a lighter blue, and I was like, okay, am I choosing the right blue colors? And clearly I did. I did it pretty well, pretty good. Here at the skirt, you could see a little bit of the pre-shading there. It's very subtle also. I don't know how well it will look once everything's all put together. And I have to admit, this one came out really nice. Hold on, let me bring it out a bit. There we go. To see this. Alright, I'm going to say this. Bandai, make a clear armored parts for the Gouf, for the Master Grade Gouf. Because it would have looked awesome if this had the only clear part armor, and you could see the inside of how shiny and nice it looks. Because Gaia's gunmetal is definitely one of my favorite gunmetal paints of them all, of everything that I've been using lately, and I can't wait to do it. You know, use the same color, same paint on other kits. I really do like this one. It's really nice. Now, the one thing that I'm more worried about is these guys. Hopefully, when I remove it, it will go on to the connection there, because I'm not seeing how well it's going to connect. But we'll figure that out as well. That for this part, and of course for the around the neck, around the head. I don't think there's anything else. Here's the clear parts for the canopy, the sword, and then we have this part here, which of course I'm going to paint. You know what? I'm going to do this now. Get this over with. I forgot that I had this. Take that. Put this over here. Where are my brushes? Okay. I'm going to, let me bring this down a bit. Don't know if I have collected enough paint on this, but I'm going to go here. And I'm just going to put a little dot right there. That's good. I'm going to let it dry, and then if it, sometimes when it dries it'll flatten out, I'll give it another drop over it as a second layer. So I'm going to leave it the way it is for now. That's good. Let me put this away. Alright. We are almost done with this build, of course. Let me wait until this is dry, cut up the clear parts, and then we're going to be moving on to final assembly.